gonna try to rob me. You how we do it. Now who said you know?
Source up, we standing tall in your short stuff.
Yes.
All nuts of the bullshit that you dressed up. Address us on scholarship, homie, knowing you're messed up. So fess up, you look for the best, knowing that that's us. Source up, we standing tall in your short stuff.
Yes.
All nuts of the bullshit that you dressed up. Address us on scholarship, homie, knowing you're messed up. So fess up, you look for the best, knowing that that's us. Sword clown, know that it's over like it's the fourth down. We the source now. Hear a big bang with tanks on ground. More than the scrimmage, yeah, we forcing the sin. Yeah, we pushing no limit, leave the fight with no blemish. You the hometown, but you not receiving no privilege. We gonna do you bad, rape, rob, and pillage. But we nothing like the white man. I can see that you a big fan. Every time we go live, I see you in the dance. Watching and plotting, I see that you stalking a bit.
Yes.
Laughing at people, they seeing you taking.
Here's the definition of plagiarism. Practice of taking someone else's work or idea, passing them off.
So we the source, yeah, we cite source, spitting hot flames more hotter than hot sauce. Rapping the light, yeah, my amigos, we kill it and take off. So wake the hell up. The source of what validators. When you looking at the source, we know that we elevate. Our ancestors writers, we work to commemorate it. Now you fully understand what a source is. Yo.
Yeah, man, it's about that time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see what's going on here. Yo, man, welcome to the source, man. Right? Where it's about to go down. We are at it again, man. We at it again, Joshua. We at it again, family. Right? Elimination Chamber. Going down here at the source, man. We got a lot of eager participants, right, Joshua?
Yeah, we got some hungry dogs, man. They ready to kill something, man. Y'all should have seen the show before we started. It's already two brothers ready to get it in right now, man.
Right, man. For those that don't know, man, my name is Jeremiah. Please say the Yah, Mr. Handing Out L's, aka Lord Megatron. Right? It's going down, man. The source. It's official. Right? We doing things our way, Joshua.
Facts.
Feel me? We trimming the fat and cutting off the fluff. You feel me? Listen, it's not an easy thing to organize and orchestrate such an event, but it's not impossible. We can do things once we cut down on the confusion. Right? So, what's going on here? This is the Invitational. We have 6 spots left. If you want to get involved in this tournament, right? The Elimination Chamber, right? The War Zone, the Thunderdome, right? A lot of times, brothers don't have the platforms. They don't have the access, right? And a lot of we encounter a lot of keyboard warriors, right? So what we want to do is give brothers an opportunity and also build up their personal portfolios and say you actually accomplished something. You know, shout out to the clubhouse. I know they listening. It's a lot of people that do a lot of talking. And if you ain't put your shoes and walk through the fire, you would never know what it's like to be in a tournament. You don't know what it's like to be in a judge debate with scholarly information and accurate sources. You don't know what it's like to be in that third round, Joshua, when your palms is getting sweaty, right? And the first judge is about to make their deliberation. And the second judge and the third judge to declare you the winner. They don't know what that's like, Joshua, man. You know anything about that?
Man, I know a lot about that, man. I know you know a lot about that. I remember seeing you debate. You smacked somebody up by the name of what's his name? JJ Walker. And then
Right.
I smacked up another brother. What's his name? Black Jesus Minister.
Uh-huh.
All judge debates, right?
Yeah.
So we experienced in this field, right?
That's
We
right.
got a little bit of experience. We can talk about it, right? Let's
Right.
go.
Right. So for those that don't know, Joshua, man, he won the first tournament, man. Went through the fire, right? And everybody been tuck-tailing and running ever since. My man's been dominating as a Sword Debate League champion, right? Representing the source, right? Representing scholarly information, right? And representing us in a way that you know, brothers have to respect. And still, you know, it's interesting that everybody in this tournament, you know, once you get down to the final four, you get down to the final two, and the champion gets the opportunity to face Joshua. I think that's something to look forward to. How you feel about that, Joshua?
Yeah, man. The winner of the debate not only going to walk away with $500, you understand, but you also going to be able to go for a title shot and take my belt, man. So which one of you brave brothers are going to be able to go through the tournament and also take my belt, man? It's up for grabs. So anybody, the champion, is going to walk off with $500. You're going to be a paid man and able to challenge me for the championship, for the heavyweight championship of the source. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I love competition. That's what drives me. So I'm waiting to see what's going on. I'm right now, Jeremiah. I'm just excited. I want to unleash the wolves. You know
That's
what I'm
right,
saying?
man.
Let's let the wolves up here and let's introduce some of these dogs that's going to be fighting and battling for this $500 and a chance to get the heavyweight championship belt, man. Let's get it.
That's right. That's right, man. Let's get to it, man. Shout out to Mighty Hebrew in the comment section, man. Showing love to the source, right? He was one of our judges, one of our big time judges in the last tournament. Mighty Hebrew, man. I'm gonna be reaching out to you, man. If you're willing to come back, you know what I'm saying, to be a judge, man. We need that love. You know what I mean? Another powerful debater in the community, right? Coming from that Torah persuasion, you feel me? So yeah, man, let's get to it, man. We're gonna bring up first, man.
Come
I
on,
gotta
bro. The
bring
number
up
one seed.
I ain't gonna lie, I gotta bring up the most controversial man in the source, the most electrifying man in the source, right? The middleweight champion, right? I gotta bring him up because he and I already started fires in the back chat, right? Let's bring the middleweight champion in the building, man. King Seth, man, where you at, man?
Man, I'm right here, man. Like I always, you already know, standing 10 toes
Yo.
down.
So listen, man, you another experienced debater, man, right? People are already taking their shots at you, man. You know what I'm saying? You've been holding the belt down, man, since the last tournament, man. I gotta give you props for that, bro. Right? And don't think that we ain't been seeking debates for these brothers, man. I mean, like just been kicking ass, man. So you've been holding things down, King Seth, man. How you feel about the tournament?
Man, I feel real good about the tournament, man. I think it's gonna be some good matches out of this tournament. Man, I think it's gonna be a lot of enthusiasm. I think it's gonna be a lot of shit talking. Man, it's like the shoe say, boy, I say it's gonna be a lot of dog fights up in here, man. And they know I'm a pit bull, big blue pit bull. You know what I'm talking about? Real talk bullet boy. So hey, let's get it. And then like the shoe said, I believe my build up too. Ain't it, Joshua? Ain't my build up as well?
Oh, so you gonna give a shot to the second place winner?
I sure will. I ain't doing no tripping.
Wow.
I ain't doing no tripping. Come take mine.
You heard
I'm
it
saying
first
this
here.
source gang sourced up kick Gold Coast Gorillas right here, man. Come take it, man. And they got
Yeah, man,
Gold
one thing
Coast
I
on there.
noticed,
So
man, within the source, man, there's been a lot of subdivisions that's been developed, man. I like to develop it, man, right? Shout out to the Yap game, man, right? Shout out to the Precepticons, man, right? Shout out to the Gold Coast Gorillas, man, right? Shout out to the Tanks on Ground, man. Shout out to the subdivisions, man, right? A lot of brothers been doing their thing, man, bringing powerful presentations, dealing with information, you know, informing the people. So shout out to the subgroups, man, of the source, right? You know we got to bring in the argument king, man. right? You got to bring in the argument king, man. James Cassell in the building, man, right? A finalist in the last tournament. You feel me? What's going on, James Cassell?
Hey, shalom, people, shalom, man. I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm happy we can get another tournament off, man. And I'm just ready to get it, man. We swinging and banging down here in the land of Canaan, and we just ready to get this shit going, man.
That's right, man. Talk that talk, family. Talk that talk, man. Right? Who else we got in the building, man? Who else we got? Oh man, the general finally decided to grace us with his presence, right? Tanks on ground, right? General, you sure, man? What's going on, family?
Yo, Shalom, family.
You have to mute one of your pages.
Right.
I can't hear anything.
All right, bet.
Got some background noise.
Yeah.
One of the founders of the Source Debate League, man. What's going on, brother?
Man, I'm trying to get these brothers in here, man, that's talking all of this high-powered, spit, like they really got this scholarship down pat. And I'm like, well, listen, man, we got a league over here. It's rap tight, solid judging system, solid presentation system. And if you got what it takes, man, come over here and show what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let the brothers know that y'all got it scholarship wise, right? And that y'all can come over here and hold it down and take these belts that's been supplanted for a good minute, right? And ain't nobody willing to step up to the plate, man. They just willing to talk a whole lot of nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of lip wrestling, swapping spit, but ain't nobody trying to get in the ring and really show what they can do.
Right.
Right. And that's what we here for. We the source. We sourcing up or we shutting up. And 9 times out of 10, because what's been happening is I've been playing some of our lives, right? Some of our recorded presentations, conversations, and debates. And yeah, they know what time it is, but it just seemed like they ain't ready for this type of combat. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They want to play with water guns. They don't want to get in the real fight.
Listen, man, I want to introduce another one of our debaters because you're right, you're short. A lot of times they, dudes do a lot of talking, but when it's time to show up and show out, man, they know where to be found, man. So I want to bring and introduce another one of the debaters in the tournament, right? A veteran, right? This man is efficient in the Greek and in the Hebrew, right? This man has been doing a lot of work in the community. And if you think that the source is just all Hebrew Israelites, well, let's bring a Christian in the building, man. Pro Rizzo, man, talk to us.
Shalom, family. Y'all know what time it is. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to these, it's because there's no light in them. Shout out to the source. Shout out to Josh Chube and our whole middleweight champion, King Sep. Respect. What's up? James, what's up, family? Y'all all right?
Yeah.
Shalom, man. Shalom.
For sure. This is going to be hot, man. This is going to be hot. I ain't going to hold y'all long. Appreciate you, Jeremiah.
Yeah. Peace and blessings, man. All right, man. Right? We got somebody in the building, man, that's been next debater in this tournament, man. This brother's been around a long time. This brother's been around as long as I have. All right. A leader in the community, as of late, have stirred up a lot of controversy. This man have stirred up a lot of controversy, and he got the testicular fortitude to face anybody on the information, right? Malachi Maccabee in the building, man. Talk to us, family.
Hey, peace and blessings. Shalom. Hey, salute the Source League. I heard this war of swordsman. I'm just trying to get it how the brothers get it out these ways. You know what I mean? Abundant blessings to you, brothers. I salute you all in the power and the love and in the light of our Creator. Bless up.
That's right, man. All praise and glory, man. Right. So again, this is an opportunity. We're going to be not only introducing the debaters, but we're going to be allowing you all to get, and the debaters themselves, to get familiar with brothers' particular dispositions and their stances, so we can stir up this debate pot, so brothers can get to know where certain brothers is coming from, and also the viewers can get to know where brothers is coming from, right? Let's see. This will be the last one I'm introducing. Then I'm gonna pass it over to the champ, Josh Shue, so he can introduce the final brothers that's on. This brother here again is a Hebrew Israelite, right? This man is this man is a sincere warrior, right? And has already been kicking up dust in the back chat. This man ain't afraid of nothing, man. CEO of the Precepticons, man, right? My brother is, man. Talk to us, family.
All praises to the Most High, because thus saith the Lord. If any of you niggas got something to say to me, make sure it's thus saith the Lord. I'm eyeing all you niggas belts, because thus saith the Lord. And we bringing it home for what? Because thus saith the Lord. You know what it is. Precepticons in the building. Making all the noise. We want all the smoke. Make it happen just like that. Just like that. Just like that.
Talk, man. Talk that talk. All right. Joshua, believe we got
Bring my boy Avery up, man.
All right.
Let the young pit bull, man. Let the young pit bull up. This dude gonna give you all the fits right here, man. Bring my brother up. We got the savant from the Levant in the building, man. Introduce yourself, brother.
Hey, shalom, shalom. What's up, everybody? Avery, also known as the Hebrew of Israel. So what's up? Can't wait to get it in.
Yeah, man. Don't let the voice fool y'all, man. That's a young pit bull right there. So whoever got to face him first round, you got a problem. You heard me? And my brother Rudy can't get on right now, but he been watching y'all. He know y'all talking points. He know y'all strong points and weak points. Hey, man, I got some fighters that's coming in this thing, man. So y'all better be ready to brawl. Because if y'all come slacking in any shape, form, or fashion, them young bulls gonna get you. That's all I gotta say, man. Yeah.
All right, man. The modern day. You know who that is, Joshua?
The who?
Modern day.
Let him up. He want to join. Let him up.
Yo, introduce yourself to the people, family.
Shalom, shalom. The water for having me on. I'm the modern day prophet. I am he that will lead you to what will sustain you and salvage your life. My position is that the OT is all that the Israelites need.
Okay. I know who the hell this is. Yo, what's going on, brother?
Peace be with you, brother. All praises.
Yo, man. So you here for all the smoke. That man came in kicking the dough in. Look, I'm OT, right? OT, right?
Shalom Aleichem.
That's right, man. That's right, man. But look, man, we had a couple of brothers drop off, man. Y'all brothers come on back in here, man. As for right now, right? Joshua, man, let's ask a few questions, man, to probe some of these brothers, right? So brothers can get familiar with brothers' doctrines and positions, right? The modern day, let it be known he's Old Testament, man, right? We're gonna find out what kind of Old Testament, right?
The OTO gang, baby, OTO gang.
That's right. Ebri, right? We want to get to know him, right? So we're gonna just kind of probe these brothers, man. So let me start with you, Ebri. What's your disposition, man? In you are Old Testament only. You believe in the entire Bible. You're a scientist, man. What's your perspective, bro?
I go with genetics, biology, but I do believe in the whole Bible. But if I'm going to debate, it's going to be in the realms of science, particularly genetics.
Okay, genetics. All right.
Genetics and language and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Cool. Malachi Maccabee, man, what's going on, brother? I know you gave me
salute, Jeremiah. Please say Yah. What's the word?
Yo, listen, man. let the brothers know, man, where you coming from. I know you kind of gave me a list of things you wanted to talk about and address, man. Won't you run a few of those down for us real quick, man?
All right, so basically, in a nutshell, I deal with the whole Bible. But I deal with the messianic movement from Yahshua or Yahweh's biological brother James. So if you read Galatians 1:19, you'll see that Paul referred to James, an apostle, the brother of the Lord. The Lord is, of course, Yahweh or Yahshua, but Jesus, however anybody want to call it. You know what I mean? Now, when you get all the way up to Acts 15, dealing with the Jerusalem Council, he's the one standing up giving a judgment or a sentence to Paul and Barnabas, like, look, these are our letters of recommendation. This is what you teach. To abstain from meats offered to idols, things strangled, from blood, and from fornication. So he gave him a list of things to run down. You understand? And as you keep reading, especially Paul's letters, as you keep reading, you'll start seeing that what Paul eventually started doing was different than what the apostles was doing in Jerusalem. It's a whole different mission. You understand? So my position is to argue if Paul of Tarsus or Saul of Tarsus was even an authentic apostle or not. That's what I want to debate first.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, so I bet you do Old Testament only, man. What the hell wrong with you, brother? Right. So let me ask you this real quick, Malachi.
Talk to me.
When it comes to the principles that are found in the Torah, dealing with what Moses laid down in Exodus, so like in Leviticus chapter 15 concerning the dietary law.
Yeah.
Right? What's your perspective on that?
What the dietary law? You saying Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14, correct?
Yeah, 11. Yeah, 15 is the flesh, dealing with the morality. So yeah, 11.
Yeah. Okay. So that goes back to what Yaakov Hasadek or James the Just, the biological brother of Yahushua. One of the things he had told Paul in that list that he was supposed to teach was to abstain from meats offered to idols. So if we're talking about meats or foods offered to idols, of course we got to go back to the dietary law and deal with it according to what the Torah is saying. Not according to what we think it is today, but what does the Torah say that meats are that are offered to idols? Does it give a description? So when you read Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14, the flesh that we are allowed to eat, that is predicated upon if it has been prepared and processed according to the Torah. Now, the crazy part about it is the small hat, they got a thing called kosher. They got a thing they call kosher. You know what I mean? I mean, that's still up in the earth. That's Torah or not, but they got a thing called kosher. You know what I mean? And I would tell you they get the idea from right there in Leviticus. It's Leviticus the 17th chapter. It's also in Leviticus the 7th chapter. There's actually an expiration date on dead flesh. On how quick you're supposed to consume it before it's considered an abomination. You know what I mean? So what you're supposed to eat in Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14 is predicated on if it has been slaughtered or prepared according to the Torah instructions. And a lot of brothers don't know that. They just be like, I can eat the cow, I can eat the beef, I can eat the turkey, you know what I mean? Because it, it fits the criteria, but don't realize it's predicated upon it being properly prepared, slaughtered. You even see that with our forefather Abraham. If you take the Genesis 18 account, when he ate with the angels, right? He told, oh boy, go make ready. When you go look it up, it tell you to prepare it. Things had to be prepared lawfully, and if it's not been prepared lawfully, then it's considered, according to the Torah, offered to idols, sacrifice to devils.
So real quick, we're dealing with that expiration. So are you saying that there is a proper way to eat meat?
Yeah, according to the Bible, absolutely. It is.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Well, what I'm bringing forth is that's not happening today. And I got a biblical precept, and I like that phrase or that title, Precepticons. That's hard. I like that. But look, I got a precept, y'all. Trip off this. In the days of the Maccabees, 2 Maccabees 5:26. If you go back up to like verse 22 and read down, you'll see Jerusalem was under attack. The temple was getting robbed. The altar was profaned. Judah Maccabee and his clan, with his wife, with their wives and children and cattle, what did they do? They went to the wilderness. And what did they chew on the entire duration of their war? They chewed on herbs so they wouldn't be partakers of the pollution. So they understood that the temple under attack. The altar is profane. What the hell you mean we around here slaughtering animals? And look, trip off this. They are a family of priests. Mattathias and them was priests. And they had their cattle with them, so you know they knew how to properly slaughter. But if the temple is under attack and the altar is profane, then the Torah stipulates that what? Just like the brothers did, they refused to eat the flesh because the temple and the altar was destroyed and profane. In our day, Jack, we ain't even got no temple. There's a Western Wall standing up. So then you'll start getting into the histories of James and them. Now, this is Yahushai's brother. This is his family. A lot of brothers don't know Yahushai had brothers and sisters. Matthew 13, 53 through 55, Mark 6 and 3. It was 7 children.
Yeah, he had 4 brothers.
5 sons and 2 daughters. You know what I mean? Now, all historians, and I got that going back to Eusebius, going back to Jerome, I got all the testimonies and all that of the early church fathers.
Hey,
Pre-Nicene and post-Nicene. They all validate that James was a Nazarite.
Gotcha.
All right, and now the ancient Nazarite understanding was.
Hold on, Mally. We got it.
We got it, brother. He got a lot of information to share. Save it for the round.
My bad, y'all. All good, brother. Salute. I'm gonna fall back.
That's all good, man. I like it, man. I like it. And again, this is for us to get to know, and the people watching to get to know certain perspectives that brothers is coming from, right?
No doubt, no doubt.
All right, so Joshua, you got some questions? You want to ask a brother, somebody?
Yeah, no, we can keep going around the table, man, and figure out where everybody's staying, and they can give a brief.
I got it.
Brief.
Hey, my bad, brother. Hey, please forgive your brother, man. My bad. I'm gonna fall back. Hey, don't charge it to me, man. Don't charge it to me.
You good. All right, what's going on, Is?
Yo, what's going on, family? Shalom.
Yeah, man. So look, man, talk to me, man, about your perspective, and some of the issues that you might want to tackle, and the perspective in which you're coming from, man. Talk to us.
Man, pretty much all things Bible, man. I definitely hope to new perspectives on the New Testament, on the Old Testament, on the Apocrypha. I know some people feel like they don't like certain books in the Bible, and I want to understand why. Things like that. So pretty much virgin birth. You saying that there is no virgin birth, that's not the story of Yahushua, then I definitely want to talk to you about that. If you think everybody in the Bible was imaginary, I need to talk to you about that. These people did not physically and really exist. Everybody in the Bible, I need to talk to you about that.
Okay. All right. Would you say that what about pre-incarnate Christ? Do you believe that?
Well, what you mean by pre-incarnate Christ? Like, did he exist in the Old Testament? Oh, yeah. I definitely believe Christ existed in the Old Testament scriptures. You can see him throughout the Old Testament scriptures. Definitely want to talk to you about that. All that.
I could definitely say that, brother.
Sound like a few brothers got a problem with
Hey, brother Yashu, me and you gonna talk quite a bit then, especially about the Christ birth. Because we're gonna get heavy into how the fact that Christ is actually a Nephilim.
Hey, he not an attorney, but I am.
Wait a minute. So did you just say you're gonna win the whole tournament? Because that's the only way you're gonna debate me, man. You gotta win the whole tournament. I guess this brother gonna beat everybody.
Let that be said out of the mouths of others, not myself.
Listen, hold on.
And brother said he beating everybody on the panel, man, to get to me, bro. so he
right,
can
let me wrap up with Iz real quick, and then I'm coming to you, bro. Yeah, I'm coming straight to you. Right? Iz, what about Paul? A lot of brothers got a problem with Paul on this panel, man. Are you a defender of Paul?
It depends on it depends, bro. It depends on what's the title of the debate, bro. You know what I'm saying? So how we word that debate, then that don't sound too bad either. But
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Hey, Pro Rizzo. Pro Rizzo, are you there?
He's probably busy, man. Move on to somebody else.
Okay. You busy, Pro Rizzo?
Now talk to me. What's up?
Hey, man. A lot of brothers. There's a few brothers in here that got a problem with Paul, man. What you think about that?
Oh, that's great. That's a wonderful walk in the park. Yeah. Well, y'all better get your stuff together. That's the only thing I can say. And you better pray for some help because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. Right. I'm just messing with y'all. Don't get nervous. It's okay. It's going to be all right. All right.
So listen, what do you think about Paul's position as an actual Hebrew Israelite, a bloodline descendant of the Hebrew Israelites? Do you believe that?
I mean, that's what the man said. I mean, what we gonna do? Tell him he's wrong, he's lying. So when it comes to Shaul, I definitely will take that debate. I mean, because that's what he said. What we gonna do with it?
Right.
I mean, what else we gonna do with it? So if you want that smoke with Pro Rizzo 1, I will gladly take it. I will gladly take it. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What's your stance on preterism?
On preterism, well, I think we all somewhat of a partial preterist. I don't believe in full preterism. I would be a partial preterist. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you believe that the entire Bible was fulfilled in the first century?
No, not at all. That's impossible.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you're a believer in Christ, and you're a believer in the whole Bible.
That's right. That's right. I believe from one end to the other, like I to the law and to the testimony. I think that the Bible is actually the law and the testimony, the whole thing. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: do you believe that the Bible promotes being a vegan or a vegetarian?
Is it promoted expressly? That's a good one. No, I don't think it's promoting it. I don't think it denounces it in the sense of if I just want to eat vegetables. It doesn't denounce it.
Jeremiah didn't word that right, brother.
Right. He didn't word right.
Did the Bible command you to only eat vegetables and herbs?
No, it does not.
Right. Appreciate that.
No, right. No, it does not. Only in instances where you find it. But you're not going to find it. Everybody's got to eat vegetables. Everybody's got to just eat herbs. The Bible doesn't teach that at all. So I don't know who take that position, but that's a debate I'll take. I'll take that one. Sure will.
Come. All right. James Cassell, what's going on, brother?
Hey, shalom, Mike. What's good?
So listen, man. You want to give your perspective, man, on the position in which you're coming from, man? Are you a whole Bible believer? Are you dealing with genetics?
Well, everybody know I'm an Israelite. I accept the whole Bible from Genesis to Revelations. Not big on debating doctrine debates, but I will take them depending on the topic. I'm more into history, archaeology, genetics, things like that. Philosophy, I'm real big in philosophy, and looking for an atheist debate because I mean it's hard to find them that's willing to debate.
Right. Right. What's your position on Paul?
My position on Paul, I mean, he's writing to certain people that I mean, some will
Well,
argue
I'm,
that
I'm
they're.
asking. I'm asking him in specific about his genetics and his descendancy of the
Oh
nation of
well,
Israel.
I believe the history that he espouses about himself. So he is an Israelite of the tribe of Benjamin. Um, I just think he had a different mission from the actual apostles.
Okay. Okay. Uh, when you are
Hey, I do want to, Jeremiah, I do want to put it out there. I got a position about Paul also, even though I'm OTL only, Old Testament only.
okay. Okay, come. All right. So James,
Yeah.
when you're dealing with genetics and chronography, right, and migration, right? Are you a believer in the 12 tribe chart?
No, not at all.
Okay. What's some of the problems you have with it?
It just doesn't make sense, especially when you're dealing with the genetics, because you know the Native Americans that were here pre-Columbus, from the DNA that we've collected. Now we ain't collected every
Mm-hmm.
bit of DNA that can be found here, but from the DNA they collected, they go back to ancient Europeans. That I don't think that anybody would be arguing that Israelites are ancient Europeans.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When you say ancient Europeans, are you talking about the seed of Japheth?
Yes, the seed of Japheth.
Okay. Um, what's your understanding on uh um tribal genetics? Like, is it possible for us to identify Israelites based upon DNA?
Uh, I would say we're able to identify an ancient ancestral population groups by DNA. I mean, we wouldn't be able to identify specifically an Israelite specifically because we're not allowed to test any known Israelite burials. We're only allowed to test like Canaanites, and so we can get an idea of what that common ancestral population of the Israelites were. But which one in specific, definitively, no, we have no way of knowing that without testing the ancient DNA.
Yeah, hey, and Joshua, you can jump in anytime with any questions, bro. Um,
Oh,
James,
you don't want me to go because I'm gonna shake the whole panel up here in a minute.
hey, man, ain't nobody afraid of your damn panel, brother. What's wrong with you,
I'm
bro?
gonna shake the whole panel. I got one question for the whole panel. I'm waiting on you to get done.
Okay. James, does the descendants of the ancient Edomites, are they still in operation? Do they still exist on Earth today?
Yes, of course.
All right. Do you have any nation that you would link them to?
I wouldn't say any specific nation because I believe they're scattered in elite positions throughout many nations, but I do know that they have a known link to being a part of the Roman Empire. Not saying that all Romans are Edomites, but they're linked to them from, I
Right.
would say, Bronze Age until present.
What's your stance on the ancient Khazarian theory?
As a theory that all of the Western Europeans and Eastern Europeans come from Khazars, I think that is a very weak theory because DNA shows otherwise. That shows them linked to the land during which the time Israelites were there during the Bronze Age and the Iron Age. So I don't think it has a big leg to stand on. Now, is there a small portion of them that are? Yes, I do believe a small portion of Khazarians are part of it, but it's not as massive as people try to make it seem.
What's your position on the out of Africa theory?
Okay, out of Africa, in what standpoint?
Meaning all life stems from Africa.
Uh, I see that there's no reason to be for or against the idea of all life stemming from Africa, but I think the archaeological record would support if we're talking about human beings specifically. The most ancient types of Homo species and stuff would come out of Africa. Yes.
Okay. Do with the biblical teaching of the establishment of the Mesopotamian region conflict with that understanding?
I would say no, because we have to understand that the secular timeline goes a little bit different than the biblical timeline. So we just have to sequence the events in the archaeological record, and I think that everything lays out pretty good with what the Bible has going on.
All right. Well, for the moment, Joshua, I believe that's everybody, man. So come on with your question.
All right. So I heard this earlier about small hats, man. Who on the panel believe that quote unquote small hats are imposters?
I do.
You not debating, man. The people that's debating, man. Well, ain't nobody
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, we got one brother. Which brother said that?
That's me, Malachi. Most definitely.
Can you just give a brief, quote unquote, brief description on why you think that the small hats are?
Hey, Salaki, I was away from my phone. I do too as well.
Okay, all right. So that's two brothers. That's Iz, and then what's your name again, brother? With the
My name Malachi.
Malachi. Okay, can you just give I want you to give your explanation on why you think that, and then I want Iz to break down why he thinks that.
It's several reasons, prophetically speaking, or just using this observable. I don't even want to use the word science, but just observing. For one, if you study the history of Israel dealing with the prophecies and all that, then that clearly points to who we are and not to them. So just prophetically speaking, now if I had to go a whole nother level, like I'm sure some of you brothers can, dealing with DNA and chromosomes, and then I would duck out of that one because that ain't my league. But if I had to use the Bible to prove if the small hats are imposters, everything from Deuteronomy 28 to Revelation 2 and 9, I'll unload about 1,000 round clip using Bible to prove they're imposters.
All right, brother Iz, can you just give a brief breakdown on why you believe that to be the case? Are you there?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, man. Just based on prophecy, man. And the Bible is right, so prophecy is right, and that's why.
All right. So what anybody on this panel, can you give a brief description on who you think Ham is and why you believe that Ham is those people groups? Anybody can answer that.
Can I ask a question real quick? When we say small hats, I'm just taking a general assumption. We're talking about those who live in the place that's supposedly ours, who say they are us.
Jewish people, man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Because I definitely believe that they are imposters also. And just to give my simple stance on it, Genesis 9:27 tells us that the seed of Japheth will live in the tents of Shem, that they will be enlarged and they will live in the tents of Shem.
Oh, so
and here we go.
You believe they're Japheth?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I think some other brothers on the panel may be indifferent on that. But go ahead, brother.
All right. But yeah, that Japheth will enlarge and they will inhabit the tents of Shem, meaning the household of Shem, and that Canaan will be their servant. And as you see, the Palestinians, that would be Canaan, they're still trying to fight for some kind of placement in place of these imposters that are there. So I believe Genesis 9:27 is a complete wrap up of the two individuals that are there in the land right now, the reason why they're fighting, and you know what I'm saying, who's holding the imposter position.
Okay, you mentioned
Not to
Canaan.
mention, yeah,
Oh
I'm
man,
sorry, go ahead.
you doing what the other brother was doing. you mentioned Canaan. How do you determine who's a son of Ham? Because that was my next question for the panel. How do you determine? Can you point to a people group today and say that these are Hamites? These are the sons of Ham.
The Nilotic people, the Pygmy people, and the Khoisan people.
All right, that's James' answer. Anybody else want to tackle that?
People with
All
haplogroup
right.
A and people with haplogroup B, Hamites.
All right, what about this brother here? What's your name, brother? What is his
Modern
name?
day prophet.
Yeah, modern day prophet. What's your position?
I would say any of those who descend from the Phoenicians, the seafaring people, from anywhere from along Syria all the way through Carthage in northern Africa.
Oh man, okay. So what's your position on people outside of that? Who are they? People outside of the Phoenicians and outside of the Mediterranean coast. Who are they? Who are those people? Like for instance, sub-Saharan Africans, Chinese, North Europeans. Where do they fall? In the grand scheme of things, where do they come from?
Okay, because I am into genetics and geography and anthropology and things like that as well myself. And so, for the most part, let's say just thinking about the core sub area of Africa, meaning sub-Sahara and all the way down to the southern tip. For the most part, these are individuals who are of mixtures of the original tribes of Ham, and they are also of mixtures of the tribes of Ham and Japheth. All right, with the people that are in the Middle Eastern quadrant, and that would be from like Israel to, let's say, Babylonia or Iraq and Iran. The majority of these people would be Shemites, but they're also a good mixture of Shemites and Japhethites.
Okay, so you say they're all a mixture.
The majority of them are all a mixture. All right, and one of the things is that it's valid that even Judah was mixing right from the start. One of Judah's first wives was a Canaanite, a Canaanite. So it's very valid that unfortunately there was a lot of mixing going on. You know what I'm saying? As far as our haplogroup is concerned, particularly, our haplogroup is pushed into the southern tip of Africa, into the western end of Africa. We did also come out of Spain and Portugal because we had some natural bloodlines, most likely the bloodlines of David that were in Spain and Portugal. And then we also have natural bloodlines that are coming out of the Americas.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I want to move on to something else, man. Who on this panel?
Before you do that, Yashu, let me say this. Shout out to the panel, man. Shout out to the new debaters in the league. Appreciate your presence, man. And more power to you, man. I hope that y'all really do y'all thing, man. But when it come down to those who are Canaanites, I would say it's a lot of indigenous groups or tribes that's in the land. Then there's a lot of ethnic groups. So if you ask me, how would I go about understanding who the Canaanites are? I would tap into the indigenous of the land of Africa through the DNA and the mixtures, as far as how the mutation goes. Not necessarily mixture, but the mutation. Now you're there.
Did anybody else want to touch on that before I move on to my next question?
Hey, Joshua, did you get to make a comment on Esau?
Wait, who made a comment about Esau?
I thought you had asked the question initially. I don't think the brother had a chance to chime
Did I
in.
say no? I didn't say anything about. I said Ham.
What was the question before Ham? My apologies. Go ahead, brother.
Did I say something about Esau?
Yeah. No, it wasn't about Esau. It was about the small hat.
Oh, the small hat. Yeah. Ian already gave his position on it. He said basically the Bible. I think he said something about the Bible says it. I think that's what he said. But he right there.
Yes.
Clarify what he said.
Is that what you said? Did you comment on the small hat?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I
sir.
just said it's based on prophecy, bro.
Based on
Oh,
prophet,
okay.
that's what he said.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Does anybody else want to touch on that before we move on? About who the Hamites are, how you identify them? If not,
Well, you did ask about the Chinese, and I just want to make the comment because I know for years we've been hearing that the Chinese are the Moabites
yeah,
and the Japanese are the Ammonites. From the DNA evidence we get, the Chinese descend from ancient European men, carry haplogroup O, which will go back to Jaffa, and Japanese, believe it or not, go back to DE, which is a brother to haplogroup E, which makes them Yap positive, and they would be Shem.
hey man, I'm hearing a lot of topics. Hey, Yerma, I'm hearing a lot of topics that can be touched on. What was you saying, bro? What'd you say?
No, I was asking.
No, some brother was saying something about the Japanese.
Yeah, the Japanese go back to. Would you say they go back to the children of Lot?
No, I wouldn't say that. It would be much more ancient back dealing with Shem. So, but they are Shem because they're Yap positive, which means they share a common ancestor with the majority of African American men. So if you're going to claim African American men are Shem, you have to acquiesce that the Japanese are Shem as well.
And then you also can fact check a lot of like the first Yasuki being the first, I guess you can say, Israelite Sumerai up there, and it's a reason that he was up there, right? It's the reason that he was up there. So yeah, just to throw that out there.
Right.
Anybody else want to touch on that before we move on to the next one? Because the next one's a doozy.
I'm just gonna say it's Yasuke. That's how you say it, not Yasuki. It's Yasuke.
This brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Let the pettiness start.
Right.
Does anybody on the panel believe that angels came down or fallen angels came down and had sex with women?
I do.
We already had that. We already had that debate. So yeah, you already know what time it is.
I do. Yes, I do.
So that's modern day prophet. Anybody else? Can y'all give me a brief breakdown on what that means and what that entails? Like, is there any descendants of these people walking the earth now, or what?
Ooh, if I may jump in first, I know the debate on that can go two different ways. I know one perspective is that the sons of God were the righteous men or the righteous sons of Adam. And another perspective is the sons of God were the angels or the spirits of heaven. My position is that they were the angels and the spirits of heaven. Shoot, I lost track. Can you run the question back? Because I kind of lost track.
I will in a minute. Is there anybody willing to debate Jedi on Hawaii backwards spells Yahweh? Anybody on the panel?
Oh man. Here we go. They about to start coming out the woodworks. I'm telling you.
Joshua, did you just ask these niggas, did angels come down and have sex with humans? And the nigga said he believed that?
Yeah, he said they was getting women up, beating it down. They was beating up the box.
Okay, let me get some clarity. Let me get some clarity points. So outside of the book, you really think that angels came down and had sex with the women of Earth? I'm not talking about aliens. I'm not talking about no creatures. Nigga, I'm talking about angels. You think angels from the Lord came down and had sex with women? Correct? Am I correct?
Yes.
Not angels from the Lord.
Inside the Bible, yes.
Not angels from the Lord, King Sarah.
You said
hold on, Yeshua. I'm getting jumped now. What's up?
No. What I'm just saying,
deal with
it because you said angels of the Lord, and I don't think they heard that. I think that went over their head. It ain't the angels of the Lord.
That's what Joshua asked him. He said, "Who believed angels came down and had sex with humans?" And he said, "Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe that." So I'm trying to
Okay,
get
so
clarity.
let me help you to
I don't want him to
understand.
say no aliens in a spaceship.
Right.
I don't want him to say no aliens in a spaceship. I don't want him to say nothing. I'm saying angels. This is what you're saying. That's my clarity.
Well, what I'm trying to tell you is that the ones that fell are not the ones from the Lord, right? The
You
ones
gonna
from the
let
Lord would
him
be the
answer,
messengers.
man, or you? It's two
Oh,
out.
my fault, man. My fault, bro. My fault.
Hey,
Damn.
you sure?
My
Are you
fault,
an
bro.
attorney?
No, I'm just a judge, bro. My fault.
All right, then, man. Come on, man. We
Oh yeah, I thought he was in the tournament
It's
for a
two
minute,
out.
bro. I thought he was.
See that nigga you saw, man. He be wanting to holler.
But yeah. I'm gonna run it back again. Modern day prophet said run it back again. So it's a 2-part question, brother. The question is, do you believe that angels came down and had sex with humans? That's the first part. The second part is, are there any descendants of these people, of the offsprings of angels and humans?
Okay, that was the part that I forgot. So, secondly, yes, I do believe that there are genetic, living, walking offsprings of these individuals.
I want him first. I want him first. I want him first.
Hey,
I want
King
him
said, why
first.
you want him first, man? You might lose now, bro.
I want him first. Don't worry
Let me
about it.
just
Don't
hit you
worry
with
about
this
why I
little
want him
bit real
first. Just
quick.
know I want him first.
Let me just hit you with this little bit real quick. Okay. Scientifically, it is understand that a specific race of individuals that we call humans here on the earth are genetically more produced from Neanderthal than any other kind of man. So that means they're outside of the lineage of all three, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. They are of another lineage of another man. So that would align with the man that Cain was afraid might kill him when he got kicked out of the garden. If Adam and Eve were the only two people or humans on the earth, when Cain killed his brother and the Most High cursed him, and he was like, "Hey, don't put me out because people gonna kill me." Well, who could these people be? Well, these people are the other genetic human beings, the precursors to what we are, the more defective individuals. These are the ones that we call the
Hey, brother, I
Neanderthals,
don't mean to
the
interrupt you. Hey,
Zilivizians.
brother, I don't mean to interrupt you, but Joshua, put me down with him first. I want him first.
I had to go back to the board, man, and we'll see what we can do.
I want him first, Joshua. I want him first.
Anybody else
What
on
you
the
mean?
panel?
I said I want him first.
I got you, bro. Hold on, man. Chill out, man. You little hungry ass dog, man. Hold on,
Y'all
man.
gotta go on here and trim the fat. Gotta trim the fat.
Anybody else on the panel can explain their position on aliens coming down and having sex with humans?
Aliens? I thought it was angels.
I mean, excuse me, angels coming down and having sex with humans.
That man changed the whole demographic with that.
Hey, to me, it sounds the same, but I just want y'all perspective, man.
Hey, real quick, Joshua. For those
They are extraterrestrial.
Yeah, true enough.
Agreed.
For those that are watching, right? There's a lot of comments over here, right? First and foremost, I just put the link in the chat. Nobody's afraid over here. That's the purpose of this invitational. If you want the smoke, hit the link because it's in the comments. Hit the link and come on in here so we can see what you're talking about, man. Right? Come on and join this tournament. All right. These brothers want all the smoke. Understand that. Go ahead, Joshua.
Now, I was just seeing if there's anybody else on the panel want to give clarity to angels coming down and having sex with humans.
It didn't happen.
Nah, bro. Let somebody get a.
I was clarifying. It didn't happen. My bad.
Does anybody
who's saying it didn't happen?
James said it didn't happen.
Bruh.
Yeah, I definitely disagree.
Who's talking?
Is.
Oh, okay. It said he disagree. Okay, all right. So
congratulations.
Your position is that humans and angels mixed.
Yes.
They had children.
Yes.
Okay.
Giants. But you talking about? Let me just clarify. You talking about Genesis 6, right?
Yeah, I'm just asking you where you get this from.
Right.
Okay, so Genesis 6. Are there any of these people living today that are offsprings of angels and humans?
From Genesis 6, no.
Oh, okay, all right. All right. Anybody else want to speak on that, man?
I'll just say this.
Yeah, I
My
disagree
take
with
is
that,
that
and I take all the debate, all the smoke with that.
that's what's up. My take is that that's really talking about archaic humans mating with women, creating what we would call Cro-Magnons and other types of mixed human subspecies, and they were all wiped out by what they call the Great Flood, which in the archaeological record we call the last Great Ice Age.
Oh, okay,
He said
okay.
angels though, John. Angels came down and had sex with humans, so I'm taking
Well, I
that.
know that I'm giving
I
my
want all
take.
that
My
smoke
take
right
is
there.
more realistic
I
on
like,
what
I like,
I
I
believe.
like, I like James's take. I like James's take. You know what I'm saying? I would like to have a little debate. You know what I'm saying in reference to that take as well.
I'm saying,
Okay.
yo, angels. I'm saying nothing in the Bible happened like that, bro. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no angels flew out the sky and had no sex with no humans. I'm saying
Well, okay,
that
well,
bullshit is made up. It's a lie.
I'm saying it absolutely happened, and I'm saying that there's record throughout the
Okay,
known world that these individuals
okay,
did
that
this kind
angels
of thing
came out the sky and had sex with humans. This is what you
with
got
humans,
records
buddy,
of.
with
So let me
humans,
let me,
homie.
let me ask a question, right? Let me ask a question. But James, you said something to
Okay,
trigger me,
okay,
right?
I challenge you. I challenge you on that.
All right, we heard your challenge 15 minutes ago, brother. We got you. All right. So now, James,
Don't make me talk no shit.
Yes, sir.
you had said something about Neanderthal.
Yeah, I believe that that's talking about like Neanderthals, Denisovans, other archaic humans.
All right. So, are there any genetic evidence of any Neanderthals today?
Their
Yes,
descendants, yes, everybody has a little bit of Neanderthal, especially if you live in America. You have a little bit of Neanderthal DNA in you from
see,
our admixture.
that's the information I was presented when the young homie cut me off. I didn't even get to mention the Cro-Magnon and the Denisovan and you know what I'm saying all these other versions of men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These are different mutations, and the angels had their part in this mutation.
Yeah, that was kind of where I was going with the question. That's a great point that you bringing that up, brother, because uh, despite what we may terminize, despite what we may call them, dealing with these different terminologies, um, could this be, because you spoke about archaic humans, could this be um, the actual angel DNA or angel genetics, which
I
the
mean,
Bible is
I
speaking
would
of?
say it would be hard to call it angel genetics. You would have to say that the angels, when they manifested themselves, they became something like a Neanderthal,
Yeah.
or that they,
Agreed.
or that they created a Neanderthal. Like I'm gonna put it like this, because I believe what the Most High did when He says He took dirt, because God calls everything living dirt, because it all came from the dirt. He took a
Right.
lower
Uh huh.
form of human and made lower form of primate or something, and then made
Right.
humanity from that. So if you're saying
I
the
agree.
angels came down, kind of mimicked that, copied that, or did something similar to that, then I can
Absolutely.
see that. But if you're saying the angels literally came down themselves and was having sex with women, nah, bro, you lost me there.
Okay, so I still believe that there's everything that you said, I fully agree with. But see, I believe that they didn't just do their own little, let's call it genetic experiment to create a man like the Most High did. But I believe that they also chose to try to find a way to reproduce themselves because it is understood that angels don't reproduce because they're eternal. So that might have been a factor of jealousy for them in reference to us because we were given that ability. And that might have caused them. Now, naturally, this is all speculation because it doesn't specifically say that they were jealous and because humans were having babies and so they wanted to have their own babies. But you can tell by their actions. That was the reason why they even came to mate with these women and so they can have their own offspring
Well,
because they couldn't do it in their realm.
I would say this, okay. Well, when we deal with it, like a lot of this is going down in the archaeological record. They say 50, 60,000, 70,000 years ago, where humans and Neanderthals start mixing with each other. Now, what we know about Neanderthals was that it was so few of them that they were inbreeding so much that they were getting genetic defects. So when they
Yes,
came
agreed.
across humans, and not only did they see another food source, they also seen another source that they could possibly mate with. And so they start having, sex with the women, kidnapping the women, taking them, different things like that. Just what a predator does. And
Yeah, but
but their
don't that sound
offspring.
similar to the biblical narrative?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like if you look in the archaeological record and you look at like what it says about, those sons of God who came down or whatever, and you look back and see the Neanderthal, same thing. They taught humans to make spears, which is what they used to use to hunt
Mm-hmm.
animals up there. They taught them to make
Mm-hmm.
jewelry. It taught them
Mm-hmm.
all types of stuff that just like the
Yep.
Book of Enoch says that the
Right.
sons of God taught man. So they're talking about these
Right.
Neanderthals. They're
Right.
just describing them in a way, that I guess is easier to tell the story and put the moral principles within it.
Now, if I can, I would like to input this. The reason why I disagree with that, this information is particularly taught to the Neanderthal, is because, excuse me, even though it is recorded scientifically that the Neanderthal had a bigger brain, it is also recorded scientifically that the Neanderthal's brain was of lower function.
Well,
So
that's not to
even
say
with,
they couldn't teach you something though.
oh, well, then I wasn't saying that, brother.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
take me wrong, please. Don't take me wrong. What
Mhm.
I'm saying is that the individuals that were the advanced version of the Neanderthal, because the Neanderthal was pretty much the last one. You got the Cro-Magnon and everything that comes before him, and then you got the Denisovan, and then you got the Neanderthal, and then you got the first Homo sapien, and then you get the Homo sapien sapien. You know what I'm saying? So
Wait,
the
I'm
the, the
sorry, real
Neanderthal.
quick. I don't mean to cut your bill, but I got to. You said Cro-Magnons come before all those other groups?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna
Yes,
be
sir.
quiet on that, man. Anybody can touch it.
Cro-Magnon is a mix between a human and a Neanderthal. It's like 75% human, 20. No, my bad. I think it's like 75% Neanderthal, something like that. But it's a mixture between a human and Neanderthal.
That would be the end result of the mixture.
Yeah, so that would be like
Oh,
what you would call the
okay.
sons of God. I mean, the sons of those angels. They would have been producing it, in my theory, Cro-Magnons, which is
Okay. Well, the
advanced.
name that I keep forgetting, that must be the name that I'm misplacing with Cro-Magnon. All right. So I do apologize for that incorrect speech. Um, but in any case, it is that last version of man before the Homo sapien that Cain would be afraid of. So yes, this man was ingenuitive. This man was intelligent. This man was technological, even in the primitive sense. But this man still didn't have the full capability that all the other men had that came after him. Now, also still looking at the old record coming from. Now we're going to jump from Genesis to Joshua because it gives a more descriptive record. All right, and we're still going to use Enoch. The understanding is that the Cro-Magnon man wasn't even the man that the Watchers came down, or the sons of God, or the angels, whoever came down to even start mating with. It was
No,
the sons of Cain that they started to mate with. It
correct.
was the
But
children of Cain.
no,
Go ahead.
we're saying the Cro-Magnon is the product of the Neanderthal mixing with the daughters of man. The product is a Cro-Magnon.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
I can't agree with that because the daughters of man mixing with the sons of God didn't happen until after Cain. Cain is after the Cro-Magnon. Cain is a Homo sapien because he came from the line of Adam. Adam was the new
Adam is a
perfect
Homo
being. He was
sapien.
the
You got me lost.
right. He was the Homo sapien.
Okay.
All right,
Cain was
hold on.
born. Cain being born from Eve. Eve, understandably, being
That
created like Adam.
okay. So
You see what
when
I'm
did
saying?
no? I got you. But Cain leaves from his parents, right, and goes into wandering.
Right.
That's what Nod means,
Right.
wander.
Right.
Okay, so he wanders and has children. He has to find a wife, right? And then he's gonna have
Yes,
children.
sir.
Okay, so on my stance, he goes, wanders, finds him a Neanderthal wife or a Denisovian wife, whichever you choose. Has,
Agreed. Agreed.
has children with them, maybe both. Has children with
Okay.
them, and then those children encounter others of their like kind that mate
Uh
with
huh.
him. You see what I'm saying? So that's
Yes.
how you end up with a
Yes.
Cro-Magnon, which is mostly Neanderthal but has human DNA.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I could rock with that. Absolutely. Now, my only disposition is that that doesn't include the sons of God, because even the
Bro,
mixture with Cain and the Neanderthals making the Cro-Magnon,
one second.
the
Yeah,
sons
he
of
trying to
God
stop us
came
real
after
quick.
that.
I think he trying to stop us real quick. What's up, Jeremiah?
1 second, bro.
You low, just so you know.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. All right, am I still low?
You better now.
Now you sound good to me.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Salakia. Powerful information. And what's confusing to me is that one person says that angels did not sleep with women, and another person says that they did, but then you guys agree on this pre-archaic human being.
Did you remember what I said earlier, though, Jeremiah? I said if you are saying
Oh yeah,
that the Neanderthal is the fallen angel, then I can get on board with you there.
yeah,
That's what I said earlier. That's why we can say all the same things and agree so much, because we see that this is something that is interchangeable in our ideologies.
yes, and
And
that's what I
everything
want.
else though is the same. Yeah.
Yeah. With and we talked about this years ago, James.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, and I credited you then for defending the Bible. Okay, because I
For
also
sure.
believe angels slept with women. So I mean, slept with women. So this is powerful. Where's King Seth at? Is he still on here? I don't think he wants this debate, Joshua. Where you at? Hey James, I don't think King Seth wants that smoke, bro.
Man, I hope he ain't run King Seth off, man.
Hey,
I
what
hope
debate?
not.
What debate? What we talking about? My bad. I had to step away.
Angel sleeping with women.
Oh, King, my boy King Self don't take that all day.
Man,
Oh
now
yeah.
it sounded a little too realistic now. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh
my
no,
whole
with James, you're gonna have to clarify. You said no from the beginning, so you got to clarify that for the people, so Joshua can know that you're against his doctrine.
okay. Well, what we clarified pretty much is that when they're talking about the angels or whatever, they mean the same thing when I'm talking about the Neanderthals.
Right.
So we can use that kind of interchangeably. I take out the old coming from another dimension element from it into more or less, I think that the fallen ones or the angels, quote unquote, produced or created these Neanderthals, while they think, I guess, that they actually are them.
Yes, and I think this is a bridge gapping moment. Joshua, you got a problem with that?
Yeah, but I'm not debating, so I'm not gonna speak on it.
All right, yeah, well, mute your mic, sucker, nigga. It's all
No,
good.
nigga, I'm
If King
Since you're
Seth
not
don't,
debating, this is the best time to speak on it.
if
Right.
King Seth don't take it, I'll take it.
so
I,
what's
I
gonna
definitely
happen
will
is y'all
take
gonna
it.
take my talking points.
Man, I
Hey,
don't
hey,
need it.
man, hey
You
man,
know what
why
I'm
is
saying?
this
I
nigga
don't need
being
it.
emotional, man? Mute your mic,
Hey,
sucker nigga.
if I can, man, let me point out a very small piece of clarity from my standpoint against what James was saying. And this is it for me. If the angels were the Neanderthals, it doesn't fit the understanding that they're created greater than the humans, than us. And the Neanderthals are lesser than us. So to me, that doesn't even equate scientifically.
Well, I hear you, but I'm saying that they created them. So just the same way the Most High created us, they created
Uh-huh.
them. I don't think me or you
Okay.
can go sit down in the lab and create a Neanderthal. So that still puts them on a higher level than us. They're able to create things that we couldn't fathom creating. At least not yet. Humans can't.
Yeah, I'm more or less leaning to the admixture that you were speaking about, creating the Cro-Magnets, and as you came on down with your explanation, uh, outside of they went into a laboratory. You're not saying that they went into a laboratory and created them, right?
No. I'm saying that just in the same way, because I believe that DNA is a code, right? It's a lot like a
Yeah.
computer code. A lot of scientists make it seem to. So the Most High created a code when He made us that would later on manifest into what we are today. So I believe the Most High gave the orders to angels to carry out these things. I don't think the Most High did it himself. He gave orders to angels to do it. So the angels have an idea of how to do this. So they try to do their own thing and mimicking the Most High and create their own
I can
type of
agree.
human being.
And that's why you're saying
Yeah.
No to the sex part and the intermediate.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe in the sex part, because they
Right.
created
Now, see,
they
this
could have sex with women. That's why they talk about the sons
now this is
of the most. Well, let me just finish this. That's why they talk about the sons
my bad.
of the God, just like Adam is a son of God, but he ain't come down and have sex with a woman to make Adam.
Right.
Okay. So my position is still like this. Even if the angels created the Neanderthals were a lesser copy of what God created, which is us.
Right.
That still puts them
Right.
below us. That's first of
Right.
all. Second of all, even though the angels created the Neanderthals, that doesn't make the Neanderthals angels no more than it makes us God. All right. That's second of all. All right. Third, if these are just lesser created beings, because that's what they are, even if they mate with us, they still create another lesser being, which was the Cro-Magnon. So that kills all of that first and foremost. Now, secondly, when Cain,
How?
it kills all of that.
Said this stuff like you proved it.
Well, it kills all of that.
Said that
Hold,
kills
allow
that right
me,
there. How does
allow me to say this.
Okay, well,
It kills
let me
all
ask
of
the
that
actual question.
because, right, it kills all of that because it validates that the sons of God, when they mated with women, they created giants. It doesn't say that about Cain's sons, and Cain
What does
created
giant
sons.
mean? What does giant mean?
Giant means large in stature. How do we know that?
No, it
Because we
means
can go
man
to
of
when David.
renown.
Hold on. Because we can go to David when he fought Goliath and he fought a giant who was 9 feet tall. So it's a man of a giant stature. It's a man of a huge stature. Now we can also look at men of renown. So a man of renown would be Hercules. Hercules was the son of a god. This is the reason why they talk about men of renown. And that's exactly what they're talking about. They're talking about these type of individuals, the individuals that were created by the sons of God.
So let me ask you I got you. So is a Cro-Magnon taller than ancient humans?
I'm sorry, what do you consider as an ancient human?
That's a good question, James.
I would say a Homo sapien. Is it tall? But I don't even. My point is, I don't even think it's about height. It's talking about men of renown. When you look in the Dead Sea Scrolls, they make it clear that it's about men of renown, not necessarily men of great stature. Yes, we have tall people in the Bible called giants as well, but when we talk about these angels, we're talking about men of renown. Because
okay,
when we
I
talk,
agree with that.
even
So
when you're
here,
saying, let me say one more thing. Even when you talk about like Goliath was 6'9". I mean, if
that's
that's the
7
case, the
feet. He's
NBA is full of
nearly
giants.
7 feet.
No, if
He's
you
nearly
look at the
7
Dead
foot.
Sea
He could be.
Scrolls, which is actually written by Judeans, he's 6'9".
All right, I said that's nearly 7 feet. I was just agreeing with you in reference to his height stature, brother. That's it. My apologies.
Well, I'm just saying. So, I mean, we see, if that's the case, we see giants every day. I don't see what would be the big issue with, you know what I'm saying, this admixture creating tall. Well, I think
Okay.
men are renowned because they were extremely violent, hyper hunting men. These Cro-Magnon were.
But there are oral traditions that speak about men with
Certain men. Exactly. Those are men of renown. Men of renown are people whose name passed down through history. That's why they are renowned.
That don't make you a giant, though.
So but let's think about the men who are of renown. We got men like Hercules. We got men like Perseus. We got men like Gilgamesh.
Men like David. Men like Solomon.
Okay. Now we also know that men like David and
Men like
Solomon naturally
Alexander
were
the
of a
Great.
natural stature.
Yeah.
We know that we know that they were of natural stature. Most of the heroes of even Beowulf out of the Norse mythology, because I know a lot of different mythologies. Most of all these individuals, they were known as taller than normal men.
Exactly.
Solomon, not Solomon,
when you
but
mythologize, you embellish. which is why the Masoretic text is so embellished, because Europeans got a hold of it and said, "Ooh, let's embellish on this. Let's instead of saying he's like 6'9" like they say, let's make him 9 feet tall.
Okay.
Instead of
Okay.
saying
Now,
herds and cattle of individuals coming out of Israel, like the Bible says, like a herd of people, they say, "Oh no, let's make it millions of people."
I understand that. The embellishment is as they say, it's the pen of the scribes. But even using that to disclaim giants is conjecture. It is complete conjecture. Because first and foremost, there's validation that men and individuals of extreme stature have lived upon the earth. And they're doing their best. The governments are doing their best to seclude this information. Now, if this
They
information
got to
wasn't
prove
important
it
to
if
be
they hide
known, which, hold on, brother, hold on. If this information wasn't important to be known, and if it didn't validate certain information in the Bible, then they wouldn't give a fuck about it being known to everybody else. They would let it be known, but they're secluding it for a purpose. Now, secondly, in
But you,
reference to a lot of these men of renown, in reference to a lot of these men of renown, all right, talk about some of their feats. Okay, let's use a Samson again, who was nearly 7 feet tall. All right, so a little giant. He's a little giant.
what
He
was
was
that,
able to
man?
fight a lion. He was able to fight a lion and kill a lion. Most men can't do this with their bare hands, even of normal stature, if they got great strength. It was partly because of his height, partly because of his stature, of his giantism. When we go to Gilgamesh out of Babylon, Gilgamesh is known to be 9 feet tall. In his release, he's carrying a lion in his arm and is understood to be a grown lion. All right. So most of these individuals, okay, we can go to the Norse mythology, talk about Beowulf, all right, who had to fight a bear and kill the bear with his bare hands.
All right, brothers.
Now,
All right, we going y'all going into your own little debate here. We just you know what I'm saying. Let's move on, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, I want to hear from Ebri, man.
He said he had to walk away for a minute.
Oh, okay.
my last point that I just want to make real quick, but we can move on to whatever other topic, is this. The scripts say that before and after the flood, giants were walking the earth. And when Israel had to take over the land, we had to kill at least 5 tribes of giant stature people. That's our history. That's the end of my statements.
Where King Self at, man? Because King Self made a statement that everything in the Bible is imaginary and God is imaginary. So I wanted to kind of move and shift to that, but he's not here now. Also, Rudy doesn't really believe that the Bible is literal too. So I wish he could be here right now. He would want to take one of you brothers on the Bible being literal or the biblical characters being real people.
Excuse me.
So hopefully we can get King Self back on here. We can discuss that, man. Because him and Iz was having a heated discussion before the live came on, man. I was trying to re-spark that, but while we wait on our brother King Self, Jeremiah, do you want to announce the roster at this point, or what? How you want to do this, man?
Well, a lot of brothers did get to make the show today. That's in the tournament, that has actually paid to be in the tournament. So we will be releasing the roster next week. Most High we'll have the entire 16-man tournament filled by that time. We're working diligently. Shout out to the board, man. The board of the source, man, is doing an excellent job of working towards locking in some of these debaters. So I appreciate the board and the work that they're doing. So we'll release the roster, most High will, next week, right? But as of now, this has been great to be able to get brothers' perspectives. You guys can now start to kind of lock in your mind when you come across certain individuals, whether it be in the first round, second round, or in the final round. There will be preliminaries for every debate. What is the preliminary for? The preliminary is for the two debaters to hash out their topic. We, the source, do not pick topics for debaters. I want to make that clear, right? So there is a $20 entry fee to enter into the tournament. And what's gonna the rules of the tournament is this: there's gonna be 3 judges of different walks and understanding. You're gonna have one Christian, one Hebrew Israelite, and one non-believer. That Hebrew Israelite could be an Old Testament, a New Testament believer, a whole book believer. You can have multitudes of doctrines, but he's an Israelite. So that's going to cover that field, whether you're Old Testament or not. The Christian, whatever particular Christian persuasion you may be, a holiness, a holy roller, a Pentecostal, a Jehovah's Witness, that's going to cover that. A non-believer covers any other religion, whether that be Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, atheists, you name it, that is under the classification as a non-believer. So these are the judges. And also for you brothers that's in the tournament, if you have brothers that are knowledgeable and that are willing to be a judge, please contact me or anybody on the board of the Source Debate League so we can try to get them acclimated as a judge in this tournament. There's going to be 3 rounds. Every debate will be 3 rounds, and then there will be a question and answer rapid fire segment after the three rounds is up, and then we're going to the judges. All right. Every debater is going to have a PowerPoint presentation or some form of, if you want to go to the blue letter or you want to be like Pro Rizzo and get your chalkboard out or your whiteboard. We accepted that in the last tournament. We accept the whiteboard presentation along with the PowerPoint presentation. So whiteboard presentation, PowerPoint presentation, we accept that, right? You will have to show your face, right? So we can turn the camera on. That what that does is it engages the audience, right? That helps the tournament, right? For engagement. Joshua, you and I, we talked about that little situation that may be. We'll talk about that, all right? So also, there will be, if you want someone in the first round, if you say, hey, I want this guy in the first round, we will work to accommodate that, right? But we are trying to put more known brothers with lesser known brothers, so that the tournament pans out. So when we get to the finals, it will be an opportunity for some of the best debaters into the tournament to be able to present themselves, right? So me and Joshua and General Yashar, we're going to work through putting together the bracket. We're going to also be releasing that once we fill out the tournament. If you know anybody that wants to get involved, please contact us. All right, help the tournament, right? Also, we want you debaters to bring your audience, right? Don't just show up, but also help us promote. That's everybody in the tournament, right? That's the least you can do. All right. We're trying to create and give this platform for you all, but we also want this platform to grow. All right. So we're streaming on 5 channels. All right. We have a Source Debate League that has around about 300 or 400 subscribers. We're trying to get the Source Debate League YouTube channel up to 1,000 subscribers. So if you all can help us out with that, go over to the Source Debate League YouTube channel and subscribe. All right. Genesis 49ers and Y'all World 77 got so many damn strikes, it's ridiculous. Okay. So we ain't never gonna recover. So we're trying to get this other channel up to where we could get those subscribers up to 1,000. So help us out, family. Right? Go over to the Source Debate League and subscribe. Right? Also subscribe to Genesis 49ers, to Yashar's channel. Can't think of the name of it right now. Let me see. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it right now.
Hey, Jeremiah, man, we also got to make it known that you will be penalized for cutting brothers off in the middle of their speech when they going into their rounds. That's something we don't play here. If you cut brothers off while they're talking during that 15-minute presentation, what's going to happen is we're going to add an additional minute for every time you do it. So if you did it 5 times, you didn't give them 5 extra minutes to their round. So if you're doing the standard, our standard is 3 rounds, 15 minutes. You add additional 5 minutes, that can sway the judges. Now this brother got 20 minutes to get off. So now you didn't put yourself in a situation that you could have avoided, just showing a little decorum and a little discipline by not opening your mic while your opponent is speaking. Also, showing up on time. You got to be in the StreamYard 45 minutes before the scheduled debate is supposed to start. That way we can get the judges in, the host can get, comfortable or whatever, and get ready to let you guys come on and do your thing. We want you to be here 45 minutes before the show starts so we can start on time and do things professionally. Also, no shows. If you just don't tell us anything and it ain't a real life-ending emergency and you let it get to the date of your debate, that's an automatic loss. We moving on. That's an automatic loss. No shows will not be tolerated. It's inexcusable, man. You got to let us know something. Hey, I need to push this back, or something came up that can we push it back a day. Don't wait to the day of and then expect us to just go on and act like nothing happened. You will be given a loss, and that person will advance.
What's the date of the debate? What day?
We still working that out, brother. We still working that out. Anything else, Jeremiah, as far as
Yeah, I want to touch on that last statement you made, the previous statement you made about interrupting 5 times. We're gonna put a cap on that. Three interruptions and you forfeit the debate, right? Also, language. We want the information to be digestible for all audiences, right? So we're gonna keep it clean, right? And keep the ad homs to a minimum. I don't want brothers to be muzzled where they can't, show flair and flavor, because that's what we're about at the Source, right? We're about flair and flavor, but we're not about disrespect, and we're not about disorderly conduct. All right. So we're requiring the best from you brothers, right? So you can put on the best presentation, because we don't want to look like them other guys, right, Joshua?
Yeah, that's a fact, man. This ain't the BJM show, man. Every other word, we really don't want to imitate that, man. So let's make a little cleaner presentation, be professional, but also have that warrior spirit, man. I like the energy in the room.
Right.
These brothers ain't playing no games. Y'all ready to fight and get in the ring, get it in. Keep that spirit, but just be mindful. That's all.
Yeah, that's it. Right. General Yashar, anything else, man, you want to add? All right, maybe you stepped away. All right, Joshua, man. Look, man, I'm fired up, man. A lot of intelligent brothers, man. A lot of powerful information. I'm excited about what brothers can bring to the table in this tournament. Looking forward to it. I think it's going to be what it needs to be. And the greatest thing that we can do for all the naysayers that's against the Source is to continue to move forward and pull this tournament off without hitch. All right. So I'm looking forward to it. You guys, we're going to create a room in the back chat. If y'all have any questions, you'll be able to ask us any questions. And if you have anybody that you want to suggest for the tournament, do us a favor, do the tournament a favor. Let's get some of these debaters in the tournament. Some of the brothers that you personally know that are sharp, inform them about the tournament, help us promote, right? We must do this together. All right. A lot of you brothers already got platforms. A lot of you brothers all over social media. Help us share. When you see the flyers, Go up. Help us share these things, man. This is for you. And this is for building up the reputation of the tournament, which brings legitimacy to your victories and ultimately for the winner of the tournament, man. So with that being said, man, we're going to get on up out of here, man.
I got a question, Jeremiah, before you go.
Yeah.
Do you answer questions?
Yeah. Do I?
Yeah, do you answer questions?
Yeah, what you want to know, bro?
What is it, a problem?
No, ain't no problem, brother. Go ahead.
Do you want this work? I'm just giving you a little snippet of what it's gonna be like. Shalom.
Yo, Source Gang. This is what we do. Peace and blessings, family.
Shalom, family.